Hey guys, how's it going? Zach in here, and today's video, I'm answering a question I got at one of my lives, and it was a little drastic, it was a little dire, but this I think was a very important question that I got, and really I think it would be a very interesting video to do an extreme deep dive on, because I think it's going to help a lot of real estate wholesalers out there in getting their first real estate wholesaling deal. And the real question for it is, Zach, if you had 1 month, or you would die if you didn't get a real estate wholesaling deal, what would you do if you had to get a wholesaling deal with no money and literally it was 1 month, or unfortunately you'd pass away? What would you do? And really it was a very thought-provoking question, and I feel like it was something that I really wanted to do a deep dive on because it's a very interesting thought experiment. But truly, I think answering this will help a lot of people. So before I get into it, before I actually share what I would do and what you could potentially do, not that dire of a situation, but to help you out in your real estate wholesaling business, what I really want you to do is just remember, you need to smash that like button and subscribe to get more free value and content from me. Remember, at this channel, I am on a mission to help you make your first $100,000 in real estate wholesaling absolutely for free. That is my goal at this channel. So really 30 days, or you'd pass away if you didn't get your first real estate wholesaling deal, which means I probably have to get in contact with the seller and get a contract within 72 hours. So that's pretty crazy. That's why the title of this video is like that. And what would I do? So really, if you gave me the news like right now, as we're speaking, there's only a handful of things I would want to do. And remember, like if this is a situation here, you're working 16, 17, probably 20 hours a day, because like you're going to pass away. Like it's this life or death stuff right here. So what I would do, honestly, is I would go in the hottest zip code in my county. I'll spend 15 minutes finding that out. And then literally what I do is I would go door to door, and hopefully with a collared shirt on if I owned one, and I would start door knocking. That's literally what I would do. I would start door knocking and asking people if they are interested in selling their property, and say you're looking to buy properties cash. It's not the most fun thing to do, but if it's life or death and literally everything is on the line for this, door knocking would be the fastest way to get a contract within 72 hours. You spend 9 hours doing it, you'll get a contract that day. It's 9 hours of door knocking, but I'm telling you, within 9 hours, especially in my market here, you can easily do it. So that's one really quick way I would say you can do it, but remember, that's very drastic, very dire. I mean, especially if you're door knocking or something like that, you're just gonna have a conversation, maybe meet within the next day, and really get that contract. Again, if I had no money, remember, you get free access to the internet, go to the library, watch this YouTube stuff right here. If you go to www.flipwithrick.com/contract, it's my free wholesaling contract and my free assignment of contract. I would definitely utilize that, because I would have spent thousands of dollars getting that right stuff. And really, the assignment of contract will protect you from a greedy cash buyer or something like that. So I'm like drastically door knocking. And potentially what I can do is I'd go running for dollars, or, find a way I could drive for dollars if I had a car. But if you had no money at all, I'd run for dollars, start implementing those lists. Or I would actually just pull the code violation list, or I would pull the probate list. There's so many lists you can pull absolutely for free at the local library. Start using Google Voice and start actually get one of the free headsets there and start cold calling from the library at the computer. And then basically from there, you could just start cold calling through Google Voice absolutely for free on your Driving for Dollars list, and get in front of sellers. Use the Podio free CRM. I think my YouTube channel is one of the best ways out there. Potentially another thing you can do if you had to get a deal is go to Wholesaling Houses for Real, my personal Facebook group. Join my mastermind, which is for free. Watch my free wholesaling course. If I didn't know wholesaling, I would start looking through all that stuff. And that is the free content that you can use to really start getting that knowledge base to get your first real estate wholesaling deal. It is super duper important to be doing that type of stuff. So that's probably what I'd be doing. And then basically once you get that contract done, again, if you want to learn more about it, or like if you're doing this without that wholesaling experience, I think just being a sponge and absorbing all the wholesaling content that you can while you're driving for dollars would be big too. Now, when it comes to getting the contract signed, you're obviously have no money. You can't really do any earnest money deposit, so I'd be very careful. But within 72 hours, there's only a certain amount of marketing strategies to do to get a contract. Driving for dollars is probably one of the most important ones out there. Cold calling is huge. So cold calling a code violation list, cold calling that drawing for dollars list, cold calling that probate list, the water shutoff list, whatever listing you actually get a hold of. Fire damage properties are really good too, and then get after them. I would avoid stuff like direct mail or bandit signs. It might take a little too much time. Get the sign printed, get the sign out, start stapling them out or sticking them in the ground. I'd probably avoid those. I would start knocking on doors. Like I would literally start doing everything I possibly can to get this real estate wholesaling deal. Like it's super important to be doing that stuff, guys. So now when it comes to actually getting the contract signed, we get the contract signed. Now what do? You literally, like if you're brand new from scratch, you got to find a good title company. That's where I'd go back to the library, log on the computer and go on Facebook, watch all of my content because I have so many videos that will show you actually how to find cash buyers on Facebook. One of my favorite ones is actually searching at gmail.com on a lot of these Facebook groups. And you can actually start having cash buyers dropping emails down and you're going to start emailing them for free. That's another really good one to do. Cold calling cash sales. If you have get a free trial to PropStream, which is listrei.com, listrei.com. They'll actually give you access to all the cash buyers literally in your market. You can start pulling that using it on Excel and getting that free information out there. I'm telling you, this is all free stuff. I'd start blasting and calling that. And you can use Google Voice for it. You can do free trials and stuff. ZachDialer.com. You can do triple line dialing for free basically for a week. There's so much content and free stuff you can do for wholesaling, especially with all of my stuff that I can give to you guys absolutely for free to start utilizing the tools to help you get your deal. So I would start cold calling all the cash sales in my area. I think it's so important to start doing that. And once you get that, build that cash buyers list up, either through calling, get a CRM. Remember guys, Podium's free. So if I had no money and I had to get a contract within 72 hours or get that first deal within a month, use Podio. That's what I'd be doing. It's almost impossible to memorize it all. Working 20 hours a day to get that first real estate wholesaling deal. There's no excuse not to be going out there and actually getting these wholesaling deals done. So I would use Podio. I would be using all the free content I possibly can watch on YouTube. Make sure you don't pay for a course. But from there, find a cash buyer, make sure you vet them. What I'd recommend is you get a proof of funds. Make sure you get that proof of funds. Make sure it's not from like a lender or something. Make sure it's from the person's actual bank account because obviously you want a cash buyer who actually has the funds to actually close on a deal. So that's what I'd be doing. Make sure they got a proof of funds. Hopefully see if they even have a track record of actually buying properties for cash. If you did it through listrei.com, you should be good on there. But truly what you want to do is make sure you bring that through to the title company. Once you get the assignment of contract done, get that $5,000 earnest money deposit that is non-refundable from the assignment of contract I did. Remember at www.flipwithrick.com/contract, my free assignment of contract, it will basically show that they have to give a non-refundable deposit to you or the title company so you're as protected as possible so they don't try to screw you out of this deal because it's life or death here in this certain scenario. Then from there, I would be calling my seller, making sure the transaction is going as smooth as possible. They're comfortable. They're okay with my whole process. They understand. I would be walking cash buyers through if I actually didn't get an assignment of contract yet. Obviously, the best way to do that is by actually telling the seller that you or your partners might be going through the property. It's okay if we put a lockbox on the property or if we can go meet on Monday with my partner. That partner will be your cash buyer. Walk them through, get that assignment of contract done, and then keep calling the seller, making sure the title is actually calling the seller so the seller's comfortable, making sure they get their banking information so they can get paid, and lastly, so we can get paid for real estate wholesaling fees. So we can start changing our lives in real estate wholesaling. That is the point, guys, here is a little dire question. I think it helps a lot of people out, but truly that's it. Like driving for dollars, driving for dollars, cold calling, knocking on doors, the type of marketing, if you want to get a deal like within a week, I know people just want stuff now. They want their first deal now. They want all this stuff now. The best way to actually do that is to do marketing channels where you have to go in front of the seller, where you're in control of how many leads you get, where you control how many appointments you can go on, and you're in control of your destiny. Those are the marketing channels I do. Again, my biggest marketing channel is not that. It's actually direct mail. So it's a little hypocritical and different. I understand that. I'm not trying to get my first deal or get a deal with no money. I have a huge marketing budget. So that's where the laws of scale let me do the scaling with direct mail right now. And I also do a lot of SMS, text blasting, and cold calling all together in tandem. So really that's it. Like if I had to get a deal within 72 hours, like a contract, that is exactly what I would do. I would not change one thing. I would not deviate that at all. That's what I'd be doing to change my life if I had to get my first real estate wholesaling deal. And I truly believe, in any market you can do that. Now, there's obviously markets like in Philadelphia and Illinois where it's a lot harder to wholesale real estate. We can learn double closings. We can get through those. There's definitely loopholes for us to still make money in real estate wholesaling. So guys, don't fret. I've seen people get contracts within 72 hours of starting real estate wholesaling. It's very rare, but if you put in the hours and actually the time to actually go out there and actually fight, drive for dollars, walk for dollars, run for dollars, start cold calling that list, start getting probates, start cold calling those probates, cold calling this code violation list, even door knocking on a bunch of high equity leads, you can get your first real estate wholesaling deal and you could start creating the business of your dreams in real estate wholesaling. That's the point of my channel. Again, I'm trying to help you make your first $100,000 in real estate wholesaling. I know I can help you. All this information is enough for you to get your first real estate wholesaling deal and more to change your life. So if you got any value out of this video, remember you need to smash that like button and subscribe to get more free value from me. Thank you guys so much and have a blessed day.